I want to talk about real quick before we bring in our guest, Charlotte Ross. I wanted to recommend on Netflix streaming right now. It's one of the nominees for Best Foreign Language Film at the Oscars this year. It is from Greece. It's called Dogtooth. The setup is an unnamed couple keep their 3 grown children locked up in a country estate, isolated from the world through mind games, deception, brainwashing, and fear. The father brings in an outside woman to relieve the son of his natural urges, thus upsetting the delicate balance of the household. Let's take a look at a clip from the trailer.
Ο αδερφός σας πέθανε. Ένα πλάσμα σαν αυτό που εισέβολε σήμερα στον κήπο των διαμέλης. Το ζώο που μας απειλεί λέγεται γάτα. Είναι το πιο επικίνδυνο ζώο που υπάρχει. Όσο βρίσκεστε μέσα, δεν κινδυνεύετε. Ένα παιδί είναι έτοιμο να φύγει από το σπίτι του όταν
πέσει ο δεξιός κοινόδοντας.
Μόνο τότε ο οργανισμός είναι έτοιμος να αντιμετωπίσει όλους τους κινδύνους που παρέφυλαν.
So I don't want people to watch this and then write me angry hate mail. This is an incredibly bizarre, surreal drama. We were debating before the show if this is the weirdest movie to ever get nominated for an Oscar.
I don't think I've ever hated watching a movie more in my entire life, except for the fact that I cannot get it out of my head. Our producer recommended we both see it this week, and I was like, do I want to strangle him or hug him? Because I'm so glad I saw it, but why is everyone's head chopped off? Why does he frame so many scenes with people's torsos?
Right. Well, I think that's an interesting thing.
What is the purpose?
Well, I think what's interesting about the movie is everything that's done is very open to interpretation. I don't think there's an answer for any of this stuff. It could be a metaphor for sort of authoritarianism.
We don't know if this is a cult. We don't know if these people are living in the future, in the past, if they're on another planet.
I don't mean like the plot. I mean like why this story. So it's like it could either. I think it's possible it's about you to sort of like living under like a fascist or an authoritarian regime that like all you know is sort of what you're told and what's dictated to you. It could be seen as like a morality play, like about being a smothering parent, like not letting your child sort of go and live and experience life. It could be seen as like the liberating property of sexuality, like once sex is introduced into this world,
did you not
everything starts to unravel.
I thought the sex in this movie, and there's a lot of it, I have never ever seen sex in a movie be so unappealing. Like it was so gross to watch every single sex scene in this movie.
Well, it's very explicit. It's very explicit.
It just looked gross. It makes me never want to have sex again.
Well, it's not like traditional movie sex scenes which you like and find hot, and it's very realistic.
I want to be turned on. What is wrong with that?
It's a little ugly and realistic, like actual humans.
But explain to me the framing.
Well, I think there's a lot of different ways you could read that. I think one way would be that it's to resemble like a home movie or amateur videos. That if you were watching like a very intimate movie shot by the characters in this movie, and there are home movies that play a big role in the plot, that they're shooting themselves in video. So I thought that could be like, we're seeing access to this family that no one else is seeing, that it's like intimate home movies of them. But I also think it could just be making you feel something uneasy. Like you're just not seeing everybody's face, you can't read their expressions, they feel sort of removed and distant. I think it's probably a lot of these things.
And
but it's an interesting decision.
It's like that director thing, like, I'm going to do something really, really arty, and I'm going to shoot all these scenes, and you just see people's torsos. It just, that kind of thing just...
I mean, you have to be a fan of the inexplicable and the macabre. Like, if you like movies like that,
if you like Lucien Angelou, you will like this movie.
Yeah, no, I mean, Buñuel, I think, is an obvious touch point. I think, in a way, stylistically...
And it's really violent. I mean, then the father's beating the kids with a VHS tape, and a girl is smashing herself in the face with a weight. I mean, this is a very bizarre and violent movie, and I mean, ultimately, sometimes I want to wonder why make this at all? Like, what is
because it's it's fascinating. I mean, we're here having a conversation about it right now, so that's why you make it. And I think interesting too, stylistically, it's not like the kind of movie you would think. It's not made very pretentiously and arty. It sort of looks almost like a Wes Anderson or a Sofia Coppola film. It's bright.
Everything's very funny.
Everything's very like heavily manicured, like almost too manicured. Like it's creepy.
I felt like they were living in the Brady Bunch house.
Right, but like in a way like the Royal Tenenbaums, where the rooms are so neat and there's so many knickknacks and everything everywhere. It sort of gives you a hint at the chaos under the surface.
Yes.
And I think that's interesting. It's like this sunny yard and
did you understand the ending? Because I may have to talk to you offline afterwards. words, I don't understand what happened at the end. Like,
but again, I think you're a little too caught up in like trying to understand. I think it's there to be. If I go see a movie,
I would like to understand what happens.
It's there to be strange and ambiguous and to leave things open.
I think
so
that's
on one level, there's she does what she feels like she has to in order to get out and
she does
earn
get out
her freedom.
though, right? That's what I figured.
Well, I don't want to blow it.
But what's happened? There's like the end with that's the dad, right, in the car.
You're asking me to say a spoiler on our show.
I mean, you'd have to like walk me through every minute of the movie to spoil it.
We'll
I was
talk
confused
about that
pretty much
off
from the
camera.
beginning to the
Suffice
end.
it to say, I think if you're a film fan who likes to see things that are strange, different, peculiar, interesting, idiosyncratic, and unlike anything you're likely to see, I can't really recommend Dogtooth highly enough.
It's unforgettable, and I am beyond happy that I saw it. But I would never probably be able to watch it again. But,
well, fair enough.
But that's okay. Listen, if it unsettles you, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying
it had an impact.
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It made an impact if it unsettled you.
And it creeped me out about sex. However, I'll get past it.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I will be fine.
I think you'll be okay.
I'll be okay.
You've been watching This Week in Movies. To watch the full episode, click here. To check out some other shows from This Week In, click here.